Hapus please hapus.
Enggak, belum direkam. Tenang.
Belum direkam. Oke. Qualify. Okay, so good afternoon everyone. We're going to continue what we were doing before, and as for today, we're gonna have the second group, and your discussion is
I electric vehicles good to good behind the
Okay, is OR. Okay, electrical vehicle, is it good or not? Is that a question? And your group is? And your group? You're the opposite one. Okay, so I'm going to change a bit about the rules, how you're going to present your arguments. Before I need you to stop talking. Andy also. Andy. And we're gonna change a bit about the rules, how you're going to present your arguments. It's not gonna be like yesterday when their groups is like giving all the arguments first from the whole first group, but we're gonna change it. We're gonna take turn. So you're gonna start with your introductions and start with your first thesis for the group, and then when you are done, you can continue with your introductions and your thesis. After that, you can start giving out your argument. You don't need to do it in turn, like if you already like having your statement, you first, second, first, and who is the third. But you can just start with, if there's some argument that can just contradict with what they say, they're much better. So it shouldn't be like who's going to go first or second. Rosie, can you please? No, erase everything.
Oh yes.
Okay, you got it? So the rest of the group, especially the third one. Hi, good. Good to see you. Padahal enggak cuma isi doang, pergi lagi. Oh enggak. Izin dulu, kamu buat presentasi? Luar biasa. Soalnya kalau nggak gitu nanti susulannya nggak ada.
Our captain.
Iya kan? Yaudah dia mau susulan, saya kasih susulan. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first the introduction from the first group, the pro group, also with the thesis, and then you may continue with your takes. Go.
Ngapain megang sapu dihapus? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 1. Our debate topic is are electric vehicles good to the environment.
Whose
So
mic
we
is that? Can you turn it
are the
off?
pro
It's too
side.
loud.
But before that, we are gonna introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Abdul Ghifari. My name is Muhammad Abdul Ghifari.
My name is Arina Kania.
And then it's Sarah Susmesa.
So, without any further our group wants to read the thesis, and the thesis will be read by Andin.
Okay, now electric vehicles, or shortened as EVs, can offer a lot of environmental benefits, primarily due to their durability of operation. EVs can significantly reduce air pollution and greenhouse gas emission, and contribute to cleaner environment and improve public health.
Good afternoon to the teachers, to the member of the affirmative team, and for our audience. We are for the opposite groups. Here we're going to introduce ourselves first. My name is Ayesha Zana Reza.
My name is Adelita.
My name is Mabri Sadra. My name is
So first for the thesis will be read by me. As its name, electric vehicle is a vehicle that is powered by electricity using batteries and electric motor instead of a gasoline engine. It is being frequently discussed on whether it is a really good substitute for the fuel-powered vehicle or not. But it still has some problem to be pinpointed or to be recognized for it to be fully called a green solution.
They go first with their arguments.
Dengan sabar.
So the first recommend that, as you heard about the EVs, it actually can reduce the air pollution and gas emissions. Why? Because in this era there is many of renewable energy that can produce the electricity for the battery, and like such as wind or solar. Yeah, of course that will help for the electricity, and the EVs actually use like 87% until 91% of their efficiency for the battery. Like for example, there's a bulk of the energy, and they use almost all of them, like 87% and 91% of them. Instead of like the gasoline one, they use only like 20% for the energy, so it's more efficient for the EVs.
So, our first argument is the electric vehicle battery have limited lifespan and typically need replacement every 10 years. And then their production release on material like lithium, nickel, and magnesium. And then the element of zero mining, so it raises the environmental pollution.
And the second argument is that EVs can contribute to the environment by reducing their while the electricity used to charge EVs contribute to emissions, depending on the energy mix. Study shows that EVs can generally have lower life cycle greenhouse gas emissions than conventional vehicles.
Actually, the electric vehicles, while they release little to no pollution during the use, they actually release a lot of greenhouse gases during the production, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and other pollutants. For example, it actually released 39 tons of carbon dioxide during the production of the vehicle, the electric vehicles.
Okay, the next argument of our group is electric vehicles can improve public health. It contributes to our urban environment in several ways. Oh yeah, the operation significantly reduce noise pollution, while regenerative braking minimize brake wear and the release of toxic dust.
May, louder. I cannot hear your voice. Louder.
This factor is combined with clean air, overall health, and healthy environment. A study in California even found that the increased intake improved led to and asthma, fever asthma related to 16 hospital.
To our next topic, argument. I'm still going to talk about the batteries. As we all know, the electric vehicles have batteries that we have to charge it in order to use it. But what happened about the replaced batteries? Where does it go? Well, actually, it goes to be recycled. But recycling this type of batteries is not actually that simple. It's not like any other type of batteries. It has a high cost, and also looking into our country, we don't have that much infrastructure to support this kind of recycling. So even though the batteries only need to change between years, but still if people use it a lot, especially if people using it a lot and doesn't know how to recycle it, it still can pollute nature, and we think that it's also an convenient problem.
For example, in Europe, EVs emit 66 until 69 less over their lifetime comparable to similar petrol cars. And EVs is electricity grids incomparable renewable energy sources.
Carbon emissions are still massive if noted by emission from the exhaust.
If brands of electric vehicle is quite limited and the charging stations are still uneven in Indonesia, and the charging time is quite long. With electric vehicle with just limited power, it has to charge more often. This is the more electric consumption.
You may as well prepare your questions for me. You already prepared it? Oh, okay, that's nice.
I want to clarification what is that? Like as Bena said that maybe when we produce EVs, it costs a lot of really good for the environment or not. So if we call it good for the environment, no. But if it's better, yes. So we call it an innovation, but we're not gonna call it an environmental friendly thing.
Could be an exception, because there's in Europe they use was from the clean source like wind, solar, so it produces less it depends.
It depends on the area, right? Because in Indonesia we still use coal for the source, for the electricity source.
Are you not going to ask about how, like, the supply of the coal that we have in the world? Yeah, it's very limited, right? Are you not going to ask them? You got what I mean, right, Fazli? You do get what I mean, right? It's a very limited one. Are you not going to ask it today? Alright, does anyone have any questions for them? Do you have any question, Andy? You just don't want to ask questions. Okay, go Fazli.
In Indonesia, many people still use fuel to their vehicle, right? Yes. But how? If the fuel is ran out? Yeah. Goes.
friendly on the fuel. So the chemical processes in the fuel, so we're not using too much fuel. So we're not using too much fuel on it because but this hydrogen car is not really developed and we're not really familiar with it too. But the other thing that we can reconsider is using public transportation instead of our private transportation.
So your suggestion is just using a public transportation,
Yeah, instead of using a private one. So even though
but still using a gasoline one.
yeah, but compared to if each one of us using a private,
Behind you.
Any other argument from your group, Adelina?
we really have an answer about the if
yes.
Oh yeah, okay, go. Yeah. Maybe Bena can answer or Arya. Maybe Zeta wants to answer that. You wanna ask? You wanna answer? Ask. You wanna ask the pro one? Boleh. They haven't even answered the questions yet, right? Have you answered the question? Not yet. Okay, then answer it first.
First, can I say that the question is irrelevant?
The what?
The question is irrelevant
The question is irrelevant?
because gimana ya?
So who's going to answer the question yet? Who's going to answer the question?
Zeta.
Zeta. Okay. Okay, Zeta. You have 5 minutes left. Okay, if no one is going to answer it yet, Tequila, you may have your questions now. Andy?
What if our car batteries run low and we intend to emergency trip, like example, if a family member dies outside the city and we intend to charge it later.
Okay, can you continue? Can you repeat again my question?
Louder. What if our car battery is running low and we intend to charge it later, but at the same time there is an emergency trip, like a family member dies outside the city.
So the situation is you need to charge your battery in an emergency situation. You don't have enough battery in case of, say, like your family member died or something else.
If your battery is like running low, you should immediately charge it.
But we don't have plan first, like
Emergency.
Oh, an ambulance. I will not before.
So it's something sudden, right? Apa Kinan?
Kamu bisa loh jawab pertanyaan.
Kami tahu dia memiliki
Apa sih Nan? Okay, Con, sorry you already have your answer there? Okay, stop it. Guys,
So if the fuel runs out, actually conventional car has some options on what to use, like diesel or ethanol and any other things. So, and we're going to clarify again that we're not here to say that we should not use electric vehicle, but we wanted to develop more, so it's 100% clear. 100% clear on the emission before we call it environmental friendly again. So
do you still have something to say, Arjun? Okay, go.
I want to answer the question. In the case was our vehicle running out battery in the middle of the street, it's the same thing with fuel vehicles because we have to still
Disedot. Bensin. Kan gitu jenis maksudnya. Sedot bensin.
we have to feel the when we use the fuel and is we have to still fill the car with fuel. It's the same case with the electric vehicles. You can still charge it, but if you stop in the middle of the street, it's yes, because in the rest area now have the charging station of electric vehicles.
To use this.
Yeah. What if we park on the area?
Yes, it is for because you don't take only solution is we have to support electric vehicle in Indonesia, so that they can make the station. So we have to support the electric vehicles, so the charging station can be built in every way. Every spot. That's the only okay.
And I think our topic is not like in Indonesia, it's globally wide. And as Kanya said, there is a country, there are many countries that already implemented the EVs. And of course, I'm sure that in that countries, the government will support them, like they will make the registration everywhere because the scientists already use it. Of course, they won't need the gasoline station, they will need it. And yeah, it's we need to work together between the government and the citizens. And I think it can start with the government. Indonesia, the government can like let's use this, and they have to maybe they use their own public transportation that is electrified, so they have to
Okay, so from what I heard from IS, it's actually it's not that you are not agreeing on the electric vehicle, right? But you're more like on wanting to make sure that whatever they are doing is actually already like environmentally friendly. As what they stated before, there are 39% of carbon dioxide as well during the productions of the electric vehicle. So I think you can just conclude, make your conclusions start from your group.
but first can I add something?
Oh, okay, go. And then do the conclusion after it.
So for talking about globally, we should be talking about global while in Indonesia we still haven't do anything to make it right because our goal here is to reduce the pollution and emission of Indonesia, right? We live here, so if we have less pollution, it's good for us. While talking about globally, of course they have more advanced technology while we didn't. So I think we should focus more on our country here because this is where we live and this is where we're gonna like the impact of something that happened to our environment. That's all.
Okay, thank you. How about the conclusion? Is that already the conclusion, Sasoya? Is that already the conclusion? Go.
For the conclusion, I think we should consider again if we want to use electric vehicle because of the environmental issue because it's not fully green and to make the electric vehicle a green alternative, we must address all the challenges and issues and try to find way to replace the EV batteries with more renewable energy so that the electric vehicles can really be environmental friendly. That's all for now.
Thank you. Okay, from your group.
Persib now.
Okay, go. Yeah, your conclusion. With your conclusion.
Contribute to a cleaner environment and it improve public health.
vehicle. But yeah, your points is also nice. Thank you so much. And I think we need to move on to the next group. Thank you so much, everyone. That's really good point. Thank you so much, Ayah. Thank you. Bye, Ayah. Bye. I think.
Jalan kaki paling benar.
Thank you so much for coming. It was really nice of you.